happen. I walked into the bedroom shared by my mother, sister, and occasionally my younger brother to wake them. Abigail was curled up in her bed with a stream of drool cascading down her plump, freckled cheek, while Braden was sleeping in my mom's bed with one leg jutting out from under the hot pink covers. As they changed their clothes and brushed their teeth, my mom and I noticed that our female dog, Mika, was acting unlike herself. The previous night, she had been pacing around the house and panting, though we didn't realize why, as she wasn't expected to have her puppies for another few weeks. I got dressed and crawled onto the soft pink comforter with my mom, both of us petting Mika's belly and ears, trying to figure out what was wrong. My mom, who owned puppies when she was younger, told me to bring in the box filled with blankets and a towel to lay down for her. She refused to leave my mom's side during the birth, so the box was never used. She pushed against my mom with her paws like she was kneading a pile of dough, while the first puppy slowly began to work its way out. My older brother, Nolan, took Abigail and Braden to school, while my mom and I stayed with Mika. The first puppy that came out was a boy whom we named Max. As he was eating, Mom rested her hand on Mika's stomach and felt the little paws pushing back against her hand through Mika's soft white skin. Roughly 10 minutes after Max was born, Mika started pushing again, breathing heavily until the second puppy was out. This one was a girl whom we named Izzy. However, approximately 20 minutes later, she started pushing again, and the second boy made his way out. We named this one, the largest of the three, Chunky Monkey, which we later changed to Buddy after he developed his affectionate personality. We placed Mika and the puppies on a warm blanket where they could eat, and tried to restrain Ollie, the father, from getting too close and making our new mom anxious. Mom started stripping her bed to wash the gray leopard print sheets that had been stained by the blood in afterbirth, while Mika finished licking the puppies clean and chewing off the ends of their umbilical cords. It was exactly 2 hours after Buddy was born when Mika suddenly kept moving away from the puppies, pacing around the bed frantically. My mom told me to scoop up the puppies in a blanket to keep them warm, while she tried to figure out what was wrong. After I wrapped them up in a small blue blanket that I had taken from the birthing box that was never used, I had walked across the room and sat down on my sister's yellow bed with them. This made Mika nervous and caused her to jump down from my mom's bed. When she did so, a fourth puppy fell out onto the hardwood floor. I quickly set the other puppies back on my mom's bed and scooped up the fourth puppy, who wasn't moving, with a washcloth, and did what my mom showed me, gently rubbing back and forth on the back of his small head until I heard the soft whimpers. My eyes filled with stinging tears and my chest felt like a weight had been lifted when I heard it. I set it down with the other three so it could eat. It was another boy, smaller than all the other puppies. I immediately fell in love with him from the second I picked him up. After throwing around some name ideas, we settled on Dobby, partially named after the house elf from Harry Potter, and partially because he was black with two very distinct patches of caramel-colored fur above his eyes, which made him look like a tiny Doberman. As the puppies got bigger, began to walk, opened their eyes, and played, I spent more and more time with them. I would take them outside to the backyard and have them chase me in the grass and tease them with old shoelaces. I always played with Dobby the most. Everyone referred to him as my baby. I would rock him to sleep, and when Mika got sick, I would always be the one to bottle feed him. I comforted him after their first appointment with the vet and made a little blanket for each of them. On nights when I was struggling or was upset, Dobby was the only thing that could make me feel better. I was obsessed and completely in love with him. Anytime I wasn't at school or doing homework, I was by his side. I begged my mom for weeks to let me keep him, her denying it every time. Until one day, shortly after school ended, when she told me I could. I don't think I've ever been happier than I was when she told me that. I picked out his collar, leash, and even got him foam stairs so he could get on and off my bed with ease. We couldn't and still haven't found a home for Buddy. Because of all the time they spent together, they quickly became best friends. At night, they would both wobble up my stairs and cuddle up against me before falling asleep. If you would have told me that April 30th, 2018 was the day I'd meet my soulmate, I would have thought you were crazy. But I did, and I wouldn't trade my little guy for anything.